Ibrahim Traore, Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, is probably the most popular president and the most loved president on the African soil. The young man has done so much great things compared to so many presidents in Africa who have been in power for decades and decades and failed to accomplish anything. I'm sure I do not know how they feel inside of themselves when they see such a young upcoming leader who have been in power for such a short period of time being loved and being respected all over the world. From Cape to Cairo, from UK to United States of America, voices of young people were heard in the streets on the 30th of April, chanting Ibrahim Traore, hands off Ibrahim Traore. This young man has captured the hearts of the young people by his visionary leadership, taking control of our resources as Africans. I mean, if you look at it, this is what other African leaders have failed to do for decades. This is what African leaders were supposed to do. There's nothing extraordinary that he is doing, but this is the right thing that most African leaders have failed to do for decades and decades. And some European leaders as well. I'm proud of Giorgia Meloni of Italy, standing up and telling the truth, standing with Ibrahim Traore. I mean, that is amazing. The world is beginning to see the truth. The world is changing. I always say that is the reason why the West doesn't want Africa to unite. That's it. That is the reason why our enemies do not want us to unite and come together, because they understand that once we unite as a continent and then we have visionary leadership like that, then they do not have access to the cheap resources and exploiting Africa that they have been enjoying for decades and decades. So that's why they always try and eliminate anybody who raises their voice and brings this vision to unite Africa, because they know if Africa is fragmented and divided, they understand that they will still have their puppets within the continent. They will still have Tshisekedi. They will still have president like the leadership of DRC going to the United States of America, selling off their minerals in the name of bringing prosperity and peace, which we all know it's a lie. But people like Ibrahim Traore is literally standing up and their voices are echoing across the continent. But they are ignored by these puppets. But the big question really is, what can we do with the leadership like this? When we have leaders who are acting like this in the moment when we are saying, Africa, wake up, Africa, rise. It's time to take control of your resources for the benefit of the people. But some leaders are still not listening. They are still not listening as they did to Thomas Sankara. They are still not listening as they did to Muammar Gaddafi until the day he died. They are still not listening as they did to Patrice Lumumba until the day they took his life. They're still not listening as they did to Kwame Nkrumah until the day he died. They are still not listening as they did to Samora Machel until the day they took his life. Even to this day, in the same environment, Ibrahim Traore, as our hero, as our leader, as our visionary leader for the youth, he is speaking boldly to all African leaders that it's time to follow a good example. It's time to arise. It's time for the revolution. It's time to build a new Africa. It's time to imagine a new Africa. It's time to take charge of our resources. It's time to stop depending on aid. It's time to stop Western manipulation. It's time to stop being abused by United States of America. It's time to stop selling our raw material. It's time to develop our own countries. It's time to better the lives of our own people. But they are still not listening. In fact, they are actually becoming enemies to it. Neighboring countries plotting in cahoots with the Western powers to try and kill him. 18 attempted assassinations. This is not a joke. In as much as this is great and I'm enjoying it and I'm also in the spirit, but as Africans, we need to remember one thing. Only Burkina Faso is being led by Ibrahim Traore. It might only be the one country on a good trajectory to reclaim their resources and prosper, but the rest of the continent, but not the rest of the continent. We need to do something. We need to take matters in our own hands. The revolution must be in our own countries. What are we going to do about our own countries? What are we going to do about the situation that we have in our own countries, in different countries, in Botswana, in Zimbabwe, in Malawi. What are we going to do? Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, as of right now, is not the leader of Africa. He's only the leader of Burkina Faso. In as much as his leadership can inspire us, his revolutionary views can inspire us as a youth of Africa. But we need to remember something. If we do not do something, if we do not bring that spirit of revolution in our own countries, nothing is going to happen to us. We will remain trapped in poverty, and the status quo will continue until we do something. In as much as we would love Ibrahim Traore to be our own president, to be our own leader, or to be the leader of the whole continent, but the reality of the matter is he is not the leader of Africa. He is not a president of Africa. He is only in charge of his own country. So us as the rest of the continent, what are we supposed to do in order to benefit from this revolutionary? We need to create our own revolutions. We need to become our own revolutionary leaders. We need to wake up on our own, in our own spaces, so that we can also change things, so that we can also benefit. Maybe we can also benefit from our resources and from Africa's riches in our lifetime. In as much as we would love to unite and come together as a continent, but unfortunately, our leaders, the current leaders that we have in different countries, they are not in support of that. You will never hear them speak of it. You will never hear them come out and support Ibrahim Traore's vision. So, in as much as we would wish, we would love to have him as our president, but he is not. We have to do something in our own countries, in our own spaces. We have to create our own revolutions so that we can create and change our own countries. A luta continua, comrades. The struggle must continue.